Good evening, everyone, and welcome to BNR. It's me, Gene. Gene's the host, and I'm joined by Asim. And guys, first and foremost, apologies. Apologies, we are 14 minutes late. Mr. Avi Hansra is having Wi-Fi issues, hence why we were running a bit late. But here we are. He will be joining us. He is in the house. Just to sort his Wi-Fi out. But here we are, Sim. You know what? It feels weird because all day yesterday and today I've been watching BNR shows. Obviously, I've been in the comments and I've actually missed. Like, if I feels like I've missed a whole chunk of this Wirtz deal. But first and foremost, how are you, man? And what's going on?
This what happens, isn't it? When someone else is carrying the channel, the others miss it, don't we? Look at this guy. This is the professionalism. He turns up 15 minutes late, then tries to join the building himself, and then gives us a black screen. This is. I will pay your bill, Avi, this month. Just go off, ring whoever you're on, Virgin, BT, get them to upgrade your Wi-Fi connection, and I'll pay the bill. Honest to God. We had
To be
400
fair,
people waiting already. It's a lack of respect. It's a lack of respect. Here we
there
are.
was a lot.
Now he's
Here
waving
he
his
is.
hand behind the.
He's
Now
saying
I don't
wait.
know
He's
what
saying wait.
Okay.
But look, to be fair, there's a lot of people in the house. They do want to hear Mr. Avi speak, the blue chip speak today, because obviously I don't think he's given his.
Shall I add you now? Put your hands up.
I don't know what's wrong with this guy. No, there's something not right with him. But there's a lot of people in the house, They want to hear the blue chip speak about obviously the Wirtz deal and obviously what's going on with that. But unfortunately, he will be joining us once he sorts his Wi-Fi out. Avi, I can't. What's wrong with this guy today, man? I don't know. Anyway, boys, guys, first and foremost, I am absolutely buzzing. Yeah, because I've not come on the show properly since the Wirtz deal. Well, since we got a sort of go ahead regarding the Wirtz deals. So I ain't gonna lie, guys. I am over the moon. Everybody knows I've been really, really confident, Asim, about the Wirtz deal. And obviously, when yesterday the news sort of broke that Liverpool are in the lead to sign this player, honestly, it was like, wow, it's the first time we're looking like we're going to be making a massive statement signing in a summer where we feel as though this is going to be the summer of madness. I've called it on many occasions. And I'm absolutely over the moon, Asim. Asim, I'll come to you, obviously, because we're waiting for him to go. First and foremost, your thoughts on today's developments, what you reckon, what's going on in the background. Oh,
He's here.
Anjay, sorry guys. I don't know what's happened. You know what? My family switched to Virgin Media Internet. I apologize. Look, you guys know, like, it's very weird doing shows at this time. It usually would be 2:30 in America and whatnot. But here I am. I'm so sorry. I said Mafia.
It's okay. You're forgiven. There's 600 people here waiting for all of us, but we're about 10 minutes. No, it feels like 10 minutes, Gene. We're nearly about 4 minutes in, and we haven't even discussed Florian Wirtz properly yet. But let's get into it. Gene, the events, it feels like we've said it on previous shows that this deal has been going on for days and days and weeks and weeks. And the problem with social media is, like, whenever in my day, I used to go on the teletext or go onto some website, teamtalk.com. I used to, obviously BBC and all the legacy ones, but you still had your favorites back in the days, and I'm sure teamtalk.com is still around. And you used to hear Liverpool is interested, and then the player is, in talks, medical deal completed. Nowadays, in the world of social media, you need an update every single time. And he gets a lot of stick, but fair play to Fabrizio Romano. He's the master of giving an update without an update, because he gets invited to so many shows and he has to update all his platforms on not even a daily basis, literally every half an hour. So he has mastered the way to say 10 million things in a 10 million way. No, the same thing in about 10 million ways. So big up to Fabrizio, always keeping us up to date. But the problem is this sort of position of the transfer that nobody likes. Like, we've got the players go ahead. We're in talks with the club. Now, what's the hold up? But you have to understand that not every transfer is going to get done within 24 hours. But the positive is that we're getting told is Liverpool are really pushing this. The player side is pushing this, and Leverkusen, and more importantly, want to get the deal wrapped up. Their first, obviously, we know exactly what happened with City and Leverkusen and all these guys. But there is a trio of parties now trying to get this deal done. The player wants to go and join the German camp with playing in the Nations League with nothing, a cloud over his head, going into press conferences, going into interviews and getting the answer, or where does your future lie? He wants clarification. It might not be like in terms of in a Liverpool shirt, but the whole deal will be done. And let's remember, we've got a new window opening on the 1st of June. And that's why there is a real push towards all parties at beating that deadline, and I'm sure it will be. But I think the Liverpool fans just have to be a bit patient. Transfer, especially of the magnitude of this transfer, it won't get done within a space of 24 to 40 hours. The deal is really close. Liverpool are just sorting out a few things on the payment structure and the fee. Once it's all agreed, everything else will be a formality.
Avi, obviously it's been a few days since you come onto the channel. Obviously I know you've been busy and stuff in the UK with family and stuff, but look, crazy developments, man. I know how happy you were. I spoke to you on the phone. You were absolutely buzzing to hear the news about Wirtz, because I know he's a player that you've really, really loved and liked over the many years.
Yeah, look, you're always skeptical when a young player gets an ACL, and the season that he had it, he recovered quite, fairly quickly. I think he came back. I mean, his rehab was quite a long time, but look, the season that he had last season, and look, Liverpool Football Club, unfortunately, we don't get linked with players like this, or we certainly don't get these deals over the line, and we've seen it with previous, the Jude Bellinghams, the Mbappes, and so on and so forth, but this guy is that first sort of superstar. And we can go back, I'm talking about 89, 88 when Barnes came, Aldridge, Stone, Houghton, and then, when we got Collymore even in 94, 95. And I know that didn't work out, but like when Van Dijk signed in 2018, this has the hallmarkings of new beginnings at Liverpool. This could propel us. And look, we've always wanted to be back-to-back champions. And I know when we won it in 2019, 2020, we felt robbed in the next season because of Van Dijk's injury, because of Gomez, then Matip, and then we had a makeshift defense. This is a special era that we're entering, Gene. And to lure Florian Wirtz from his comfortable surroundings of Germany, he could have easily taken that Bayern Munich move. And if he had indicated that he wanted Bayern Munich, they would have got that deal done. I know Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich do not get on as clubs and whatnot, and they refuse to sell him. But that deal would have been pushed through had he indicated that he wanted Bayern Munich. They've obviously been impressed with us. They've obviously been impressed with what Slot's vision is for this team going forward. And Florian Wirtz, none of us thought that we would be able to lure a player of his quality a month ago. Or even 2 weeks ago, but in the last 10 days, it's transcended into euphoria. And yeah, look, the guy's a special talent. He's Germany's pin-up boy alongside Jamal Musiala. He is the creme de la creme. If there was a player that we were looking for as number 10, he would be on top of your list. And then you've got your second and third choices, your Xavi Simons, maybe your Sudakovs and whatnot. But he is the creme de la creme. And for the first time in a long time, we're maybe talking about 10, 15 years plus, bar the Van Dijk deal, we're getting our number one choice.
How are you mentioning Sudakov and Florian Wirtz in the same breath?
You thought you'd get it in there, in Asim. You thought
Like
you'd get it in there.
Avi, come on.
Yeah, Sudakov's a special talent too, yeah.
Huh?
I nearly choked on my tea because of this guy.
I am choking on my tea. I don't know what my mum said.
Sudakov and Florian Wirtz comparisons.
Oh yeah, Asim, when I showed you that compilation of Sudakov on YouTube, you said, Avi, Mania. We can't get anyone else. Sudakov. But we never even knew. We never knew that we were going to get linked with the Florian Wirtz. We never knew. Yes, we've been in conversations with players like Jude Bellingham and, yes, there's, the Nike deal, Mbappe, maybe we could have lured him. But we have gone in for the kill. We've got the number one target, it seems. And look, I think in the next couple of days, Asim, I think the payment structures will be very kind. I think we will agree a deal of, I think it'll be 100 million pounds. I think that's what the quotes are that Bayer Leverkusen are prepared to sell him for 100 million to another club away from Bayern Munich. And I know there was a player exchange, or they're interested in a player of ours, whether that's Harvey Elliott, Keller, or Tyler Morton. I think there will be separate deals, but we will get this over the line. And yeah, we're ready. Like Slot said today, he will know whether we're serial winners 8th of July. And I'm sure we will. We get Florian Wirtz, and I think there's still a lot, and I say a lot, of business to do.
Asim, coming to you, obviously one of the things that we've heard a lot regarding Verse is how sold he was regarding Arne Slot, and how Arne Slot spoke to him. He sold him exactly where he wants to play. He explained everything to him. And I know he had conversations with Vincent Kompany as well, and he wasn't fully sold on what their vision, plan sort of thing was. But coming to here, because even at the start of the season, I have to give you your flowers, because at the start of this season, you mentioned even in the first 4 or 5 games, you were just adamant. You guys, you need to understand what Slot's doing on the touchline. Guys, you need to understand how he's tweaking tactically what he's doing. You've always gone on about how good of a tactician he is, especially on the field. What do you think took place between Florian Wirtz, the conversations between Wirtz and Slot, in terms of bringing Wirtz into this football club?
Well, we're told, aren't we, Gene, that the presentation or the chat that Arne Slot had with the player, he was unbelievably impressed. And someone, I think it was a friend of mine on WhatsApp, or did I see on Twitter? I can't remember, but they sent the actual team if Wirtz went to Bayern Munich, and I saw Kimmich behind like a load of 4 or 5 strikers, and I think not 4 or 5 strikers, but already attacking players. He had Elise, he had Kane, he had Musiala, Wirtz, and I think he had Mitoma on the left wing as well. And then he had Davies on the right, you had Upamecano and a few others as well. And I looked at that team like, how the hell would you show that to Wirtz and you say, okay, this is a plan, and maybe you can get away with it in the German league because you probably have a tough opponent probably 2-3 times a year, but you cannot fit all those players, as great as they are, in a team. And I think Arne Slot showed Wirtz that, okay, look, we're a brilliant team. We're creating chances. And I don't think he obviously lied. He obviously is not going to lie to a player. It's such a big project, and you don't lie to Wirtz. You don't lie to any player. But I think Liverpool showed, like, look, we're a team that goes through Mohamed Salah. You're going to be an integral part of this team. I don't think he got that project in Bayern Munich. Why? Because he saw Musiala, even Kane, as we've seen, as he matured as a player, coming into deeper areas and, dictating play. Is he going to be that box 9? I think we even saw that in the tournament with England, where you're crying out for him to stay in the box, but it's just natural instincts. Because he's, lost that urgency to run in behind defenders and run the channels. He's a brilliant player and connects play, but you can't get everyone coming to and showing to feet. It just doesn't work. You need people attacking the space. But the best thing about this player is, Gene, is he's got creativity. He can roll his sleeves up. He's got a pass in him. He can do absolute everything. We've talked about yesterday's counter pressures and his pressing stats as well. It is the perfect number 10. But the best thing about this lad is he's the perfect number 10, but he's also a versatile number 10 as well, where you can stick him on paper on the left-hand side and have someone like Kirkes bomb it down. I think Liverpool had the plan for him. They had the package for him that, you know what, I might not be the main man for the next year or two because Mohamed Salah is the main man, but I will be the main man in a couple of years' time when I'm 24, 25, 26 years of age. He saw the journey at Liverpool and thought, you know what, this is a much better project, a lot more stability. We've got a coach. We've got 2 Awies as well for a second. We've got a coach that knows what he's doing. And what you mentioned, Gene, about, he's always making changes. And he got asked in a Sky Sports interview today. I don't know who the interview was done by. It was a blonde lass. But he was told, and she asked him, look, you make a lot of changes and stuff like that. And it was interesting that what he said, he goes, at least 9 times or 10 times out of 10, especially earlier on in the season and recently as well, but especially early in the season, he goes, I made my plans for a team and practically I could have just chucked it in the bin. Why? Because a lot of those teams did something different as to what Arne Slot taught you they're going to do, and all the research. that was telling him that what they're going to do, how they build up, how they press, and all their general tactics. He goes, I could have just practically chucked it in the bin. But what half time allowed me is telling the players, and he obviously praised the players about adjusting to tactics and being really receptive towards his instructions as well. So this is a manager that knows what he's doing. He's a calm, collected tactician as well, but he's very, very smart and shrewd. I'm telling you, I don't think he gets enough credit for that, Gene. His on the ball, on the pitch tactics have been spot on. But I think now that he's won the league, people are realizing how smart that his team management is as well. He's obviously not going to grab the headlines, especially early on when you're replacing an icon in Jurgen Klopp. But Liverpool have realized and more sort of, brought, what's the word? Really took to him that he's not the personality of a Jurgen Klopp, but it's a different style, but your objective is exactly the same.
Well, look, one thing I can guarantee you, he's gained the respect of the whole country, Asim, in terms 100%. Of how well he's handled everything on and off the pitch. He's been a complete breath of fresh air, and we couldn't have asked for a better manager to come in and take over the reign, especially from somebody like Jurgen Klopp. But obviously, a lot of people have seen on the comments are mentioning a new update from Fabrizio Romano. I'll put that up. So Liverpool fans, right? Fabrizio goes, Liverpool fans can be very confident. Deal is close and advancing very well. Conversations ongoing, and now it's about structuring the package. Asim, this is a slight new update. It's not been reworded what you just said a few 10 minutes ago. It's just about now structuring the deal and how the deal is actually going to play out. Look, I'll be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you did you see Julian Nagelsmann's comments today about him having conversations. I told him, I gave him my thoughts. I don't know what it was, but when I read that, I just read an article, I think it was on Anfield Sector. It just felt like he wasn't fully happy that he's leaving Germany, from what I thought anyway.
The so-called face of German football, if he might not be the face of German football now, he will be the face of the German football in the next year or so. How can he be happy? He's going abroad, generally speaking. But, he did go on to say, like, as long as he settles well, as long as he, develops well. And I think any coach would say that. But generally, the feeling, bar Leverkusen, that, it's not supposed to happen, Gene. Like, where the face of German football goes abroad.
And even their legend, what's his name, Lothar Matthäus, he mentioned something about, it's a bit of a risk. He's going to a big club and all of that. But he's going to, a bit of a risk. It's a World Cup at the end of the year, all giving them type of vibes. I know he's a Bayern Munich legend and stuff, but it was like saying, you know what, these are sour sort of grapes. But another update from Fabrizio, it's a matter of hours or days for the Florian Wirtz deal. So Liverpool fans can get ready, boys. And look, I'm not going to lie, Asim. I know in the start of the show, I spoke about how happy I am. Honestly, I don't think I have been this happy about signing a footballer for a very long time, because I just know that this guy is taking us to the next level. He is a maverick. He's a German gem, and this kid is honestly going to propel us to new heights, because what he possesses, we don't have a player in our team that possesses what this guy possesses. The Anfield crowd are going to adore him. We really are going to adore this footballer. And look, and players can come in and you think they might take a little bit of time to settle. No, mate. This kid is going to hit the ground running straight away. And I know there's some Arsenal fans in the building as well. And trust me, that is coming out. That shit's coming out, mate, when the day he gets signed and he signs that deal. Because when they see them flying fullbacks and they see this number 10, they know something's going down. And we've really caused shockwaves amongst the fans. And there was people saying that, we don't have the pull. We don't have, we don't have the minerals to go and buy the big players. I saw a United guy, I think about 6 to 8 months to a year ago. I can't remember his name. Rance, I think it was, coming out and saying, they don't have the minerals. They can't go and buy the big boys. Mate, we're buying the big boys. We just beat Man City and Bayern Munich to boy wonder, arguably the best kid on the planet right now. is Florian Wirtz, and give him a year. Trust me, we are talking about a player who's going to be elevate us to another level, and he's going to be one of the best players in the Premier League. Honestly, I'm buzzing, man. Like literally buzzing with this signing.
Gene.
And I was pissed off because I was traveling yesterday. You guys were doing the shows, and I'm thinking, for flip's sake, man, I need to be on. I need to let this sort of emotion out because I've been waiting for this guy, man. And oh,
Gene,
honestly, man, I'm buzzing.
you know what the bitterness is, Gene, and the shock and the confusion and all the rest of the things, especially in the Arsenal fan base, is when Jurgen Klopp left. The narrative that was coming from Arsenal fans and the noise was, you're an aging side. We've got the coach now after Guardiola, Arteta's structure and this and that. Look, he's a good coach, but they were hyping him up really, really highly. And then they said, look, if we win the league, how does that Arteta's legacy compare to Jurgen Klopp's? And that didn't happen. It didn't happen. Man City won the title. And then this year, they thought, you know what, it's still our year. We came close, but Liverpool cannot win the league because Jurgen Klopp has gone now. Guardiola is on the downward spiral. So this is our turn. We're supposed to be dominating the league. And it didn't happen. They came second again. And then a few weeks ago when Trent came out, and they said, now you lost your creativity. You lost your build-up. You're not half as good. What are you going to do? That little channel ball down to Salah. Well, Liverpool sat down and thought, how do we get the creativity back into our team? They went to Germany, picked Frimpong out of the side, picked Florian Wirtz out of that side, and whacked it into the Liverpool right-hand side. And we've still got the best right-hand side in the world in Frimpong, in Wirtz, and in Mohamed Salah. And now, apparently, when they were talking about it, he was convinced anyway. And this is not news. This is my own bullshit conspiracy theory that I believe in. If he was oohing and eyeing Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, who was sat on the table and said, you know what? If you want to really decide between Bayern Munich and Liverpool, then switch your TV on Monday and watch the parade. And when you see a million people come and support and celebrate their team, that's when but he didn't need that because he knew how we support our players. He knew how we celebrate our players, and he wanted to be part of the Arne Slot project. But so that is just the bitterness of Arsenal fans, because every time they think they got something, but they don't have it. They don't have the minerals. You have to go and win it. Forget about Liverpool for a second. Forget about Trent leaving. Forget about Klopp. Just go do it yourselves. But they just
100%.
can't. 1 minute it's injuries. 1 minute it's this. 1 minute it's that. Just go do it and go do it yourself. And look who's here in the building, and rightly timed is my good old nephew with the nice little thing here. Now they're saying you need Isak. We don't need Isak. We'll win the league with or without Isak. I'm telling you now, Florian Wirtz is a generational signing. He will be brilliant for this team. You just wait and see.
Are we good now? Yeah.
Well, I think we're good. Sorry, guys. It's been a shit show.
No. Look, Avi, you try to listen to me. Normally, I give you shit, but you can do what you want. Tu maar yeshi. You're allowed to do whatever you want, Avi. Yeah, you've got the keys to England right now. You're in the UK. You got the keys. Do what you want. We're inshallah signing Florian Wirtz. And look, Asim, I don't like giving bombers or anything like that. But I genuinely believe if Newcastle, Asim, they don't get UCL football somehow on come Sunday, you will just watch in the next 2 weeks what happens. You just watch. We're going hard. We are gonna go and try and get whatever's needed this summer, because every so often Liverpool Football Club, Avi, they will give us this summer. And I know it's your chacha. I have to hold my hands up, Avi. There you go. Hold my hands up. Uncle produced. Your uncle produced, and I have to give your uncle a lot of flowers.
Not yet. Look. It was well overdue. We haven't spent for the last sort of year and a half. The Chiesa last summer, that was a bit of a diabolical summer. We could let Richard Hughes off. I was one of those that said, look, let's stay patient. Let's see what happens in January. Let's see what happens in the summer. We've got contracts to sort out. We sorted 2 out of the 3. And it was quite evident early on, like you've been harping on about all year, Gene, that Trent was going to leave, and that came to fruition. But the best possible way to overcome any sort of negative thoughts or all these sort of ill feelings towards the squad is to rebuild. And rebuild, they have Frimpong's pretty much done. I think that will be confirmed very soon once the season's done. Florian Wirtz will be definitely done. I don't think there'll be any issue with payment structures, with the fee. I think that's all been agreed. I just think it's just a little bit of paperwork and a little bit of terms here and there. And I think Kirk is look. We are still favourites for him. There is a little bit of a haggling. A bit of a haggle from Bournemouth's end, but you feel that we'll get that over the
Bit of
line
a
as well.
haggle. What's the bit of a haggle?
I think there's a look from reports. I think they're £7 million apart. I think we value the player just under 40 million. They obviously value him at high max of 50 million. I think the player's already told Bournemouth or told his agent, and his agent has told the club that he only wants Liverpool now. So I think we've got the bargaining chip here, and I think we will get it over the line. I think it'll be like a £40 million deal with maybe a couple of add-ons here and there. And I still think we've got another three to go, Gene. I think we will still get 2, 3 more bodies in. I think a midfielder is still a high priority, and definitely a centre back. I think we're definitely looking at that. A striker is in the offing if a few situations go our way. Obviously, Newcastle need Champions League football. If they get Champions League football, I think Isak will give him another year. But there's no doubt about it. Whenever he becomes available, whether it's this summer or next summer, we will be there at the table. We will definitely be at the head of the table for Alexander Isak.
Wow.
And Asim, look, Asim, I'll tell you right now.
Do you think it's Isak?
I told you about Wirtz. Eh?
Do you
I
think
said,
it's
look, we're all
Isak?
in.
Do you think it's
I think
Isak
it's
or nothing?
Asim, I think there's too much of a disparity between Isak and the next list of strikers. I don't think we're in for Gyökeres. I think Ekitike, I think we're prepared to give it another year to see if he keeps the standards up that he has this season at Frankfurt. I don't think you can go from Isak to Ekitike, for example. I think if it's Isak, it's either Isak or Alvarez. I know there's a little bit murmurs. Those have come up again. Julian Alvarez of Atletico Madrid. But I think it's Isak or no one this summer. I would be very surprised if we did go and push Frankfurt for the signing of Ekitike.
What about, okay, look, one thing that I want to ask him in terms of signings, if you are a player, and you see Liverpool have just signed Kirkes, you've just signed Frimpong, they're just, close enough to signing Florian Wirtz, and we want a player like Alexander Isak. Now, Alexander Isak, with respect, he's looking at this football team thinking, mate, I complete this football team. I literally complete this football team, and I can together we could go on the next sort of level. I think, look, Sunday's only tomorrow. Let's see how tomorrow plays out. If Newcastle miss out on that Champions League football somehow, look, obviously they're in the driving seat. Anything can happen. They can draw. The other teams might win them. They might miss out. If they miss out, do not be surprised if Liverpool, Asim, are all in Alexander Isak.
Do Newcastle need a draw? Do they need a draw?
They need a win.
They have to win.
Yes, they have to win. Because if they draw and the teams below them win their games, they go ahead.
Wow.
So, look, I think that will be a massive, there's a massive play there. And I think Liverpool Football Club are waiting to see what happens. And if he does come available, I'm telling you, Jota and Diaz-Chuti, they're going to go all in Isak. I just have this feeling we are all in this Isak game as well.
We are all in. I agree with you. We are all in with Alexander Isak. But I think Liverpool, at the moment, feel like Newcastle don't want to deal. That is a big thing.
Yeah, but
if they miss out on Champions League football.
That's why I said right at the moment, as things stands.
Okay, right now I agree. So we have to bide our time. We have to be patient like we were with certain players. We have to be patient. We have to see how tomorrow plays out. If they miss out on that UCL, Alexander Isak, Asim, is going to be knocking on that door. I don't care who Newcastle... he will knock on the door himself.
Asim, players like Isak will definitely know that he's being headhunted by top clubs. If Newcastle get Champions League, he'll stay put, and he'll say, look, I have admiration for the Toon Army. We've won a League Cup. We're going to push on again next season. That's totally fine. We have to respect that. If they don't get Champions League football, he will, subtly say that, look, you haven't met my expectations. I would need to be playing at the top clubs. I know I could go on to sign for an Arsenal, to a Man City. Man City, maybe not so much because of Haaland. I can go and play for a Liverpool Football Club who just won the league. I have expectations as well. I have dreams and aspirations. you know, he will know that he's got front runners behind him who are willing to take his signature away from Newcastle. So you know, we need to watch this one with caution and patience. And that's what it will be. It'll be a patient game with Isak and see if it pays off. There is one kind of slight sort of news that I'm kind of hearing. And I did say that I believe that McAllister will be a Real Madrid player for sure next summer. I think they will I think they'll ask a few questions this summer, though. I've got a feeling they will ask a few questions
Pulija,
this summer. Okay.
Pulija.
I don't think
Alexis McAllister is not going anywhere.
I hope not. I hope not this summer. I hope not this summer.
And I don't think he's going anywhere next summer as well.
Okay.
I don't think he's going anywhere either.
How many years does he have left on his contract? 3?
Yes. He had I'm pretty sure it was a 5-year deal.
So next summer next summer if he's got 2 years after next season, there will have to be a little there'll have to be either a contract renewal.
We'll extend his contract.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think Liverpool see Alexis McAllister captain material. Genuinely, Liverpool see Alexis McAllister as one of the players who is going to be captain material, who is going to wear the captain's armor, especially with Trent gone. And a lot of people, I love Alexis McAllister, man. I hope and pray that he stays for a long time at this football club, because he is an unbelievable footballer who, honestly, we are so lucky to have a footballer like him who gives every single thing day and night. In every single time I've seen him on that pitch, he leaves everything on that pitch, and he's got that Argentinian winning mentality, and that's what we need, and that's a captain's mentality. So look, Alexis McAllister, look, don't get me wrong, I agree, Real Madrid would definitely come knocking, of course, especially with what's happened with Luka Modric obviously retiring. They are probably in the market for a midfielder of that sort of ilk, of that sort of quality, and McAllister does fit that sort of level. And you got to give. I can't see him leaving. Yes, there's noise about him wanting to go to Spain in the future, maybe, but I don't think Liverpool will let him go. And I don't think he wants to go. He'll want to stay at least a year or two before he moves. At least, if he wants to move, that is.
There will be that natural attraction, though, Gene. Every South American wants to play for Barcelona, Real Madrid. Yes, not
Redondo played for Real Madrid. Gargo played for Real Madrid. All these Argentinian greats played for Real Madrid. You're telling me that McAllister won't want to go there? His dad won't want to engineer a move there within the next 2 years? Let's talk next summer.
No, what gives me hope and encouragement is that we've got a proper structure. I think we let Van Dijk and Salah and Trent get into a position because there was too much roller going upstairs, and then when people sorting it out, and the contracts got neglected, and we brought in a guy just to check Klopp's email for three months. And to his credit, he had an unbelievable summer. But can we do that again? Can we rely on that again? Arguably, you can say because of what happened with Klopp leaving and stuff like that, we let go of Trent, and that was the price that we paid. But I think with these guys at the helm, they won't allow that situation to take place. And you can argue as well, Ibu is in the similar position is because of the consequence of the rollout that was happening upstairs with Mike Gordon and all these guys leaving, Michael Edwards and all these guys. So let's see what happens. I think we reach a point with McAllister where we reward him, and rightly so, because he's been an unbelievable player for Liverpool. And I think he's that kind of guy. I think, yes, he'll have a natural attraction to these sort of big clubs, but money talks as well. I think he'll get rewarded at Liverpool. And why would you want to leave? I know it's a stupid question because everyone does it. But if we keep on challenging, he's a winner. He's won the World Cup. He's won the Premier League. If we keep on challenging, keep winning things, I'm sure we can keep him happy.
Fair enough. Fair play.
You still disagree, though?
I say let's talk next summer. Let's see where we are next summer.
Did you bring that orange device with you?
No. I can't even get my Wi-Fi working out here, man. This is Britain for you.
Put a SIM card in it.
The country's in the pits, honestly. This country's done. Anyway, carry on.
No, but honestly, Asim, you mentioned Ibu, right? We're in obviously a bit of a predicament with Ibu this summer in terms of contract and obviously what's going on. Look, he must be another one. When you see all these players coming in, he's gonna want to sign this contract, because he's a no-brainer. He's at that age. A lot of obviously other teams will come in for him. But question to you both, Avi and Asim, in terms of Ibu, are we confident that this deal gets done? He gets his contract signed over the next month or two, and if not, Avi, if he doesn't sign his contract by July, end of July, what do you do?
He gave us his answer that day. I thought I'd help him out. He might have forgot himself.
I think. Look, I think.
I didn't want you to embarrass yourself, Avi.
I think the players that are coming into the club this summer, I think Konate would be off his rocker if he was wanting to go to Real Madrid or anywhere else, Paris for that matter. That obviously that France link will always be there with PSG. I think you mentioned it on your last show. Gene Covey's homegrown. He's Parisian. The Leo there, maybe the captaining PSG, that appeals to him. Real Madrid maybe lurking, but I think they want William Saliba in another year's time. I think Konate really needs to have a good hard look of what's being built at Liverpool, and the next few years he could be winning an abundance of trophies. He could be a serial winner back to back. We're talking about European Cups, FA Cups, leagues. Over the next course of the 3-4 years under Arne Slot, he really needs to think about that. He is 24, 25, so the next 2-3 years are very, very crucial. He could, sign an extension of 4 years, and maybe once he's 28, 29, he could look out for that move back home to PSG or Real Madrid. That'll still be there as long as he continues this trajectory of his development. I don't see why he can't move there at 28, 29. At the moment, he's alongside Virgil van Dijk, who's the best central defender ever to play the game. And certainly in the last 5-6 years, Van Dijk's been the best. Why wouldn't you just want to continue that? But look, we don't know what's happening in the background, what's been offered, what he's after, what his agent wants for his player. We don't know the ins and outs. But I'm pretty sure this Konate deal does get over the line. And he extends.
Is he captain material?
He's not fit enough to be captain material. He's got the leadership qualities, but can we get a full season out of him? I mean, this season he's done relatively well. He's been missing. Obviously, Hendrick didn't help matters with that injury at Anfield.
With Pring Pong down the right.
Exactly.
He's gonna for his hamstrings.
Yeah. If we thought he had to be one of the best channel defender, God knows next season he's going to have to be covering more space.
Might turn the channel off.
Exactly. So he is captain material because the way he talks about the club, the way he's passionate. As we've seen him, he's taken upon it himself at times to lead from the back. But as a captain full time at Liverpool, I can't see. I think there's a couple more ahead of him at the moment.
Who's ahead of him? McAllister?
McAllister would be one. I think Salah, obviously. Van Dijk.
Well, long term,
no, we're talking after 2 years.
After 2 years,
because
then when Van Dijk and Salah will probably will be gone by then.
I don't know.
Maka, man.
But I'm saying Maka's leaving next summer, so I wouldn't actually say it myself. But you would say Maka if he was staying.
Dom.
Is Dom? He's captain of his national team, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
It's interesting. Because after Van Dijk, who is it? In 2 years' time, Salah won't be here. Van Dijk probably won't be here. Who is it? There has to be a leader. There has to be a leader in waiting. And it's obviously not going to be.
I'll tell you.
Who?
The new number 10.
Florian Wirtz.
So this guy's going to take this team to another level. You'll see how good this player is. And I'm telling you, he's definitely winning. He's got that winning mentality, and he's got what McAllister has. It's you need to have that. You need to have that X factor, and not every player has that. And to be a captain of Liverpool, you have to be able to possess that, and that's what Wirtz.
How's Wirtz how's his English? Wirtz
must be very good. These Germans are always brought up on good English. I think Michael Ballack was, because he was from East Germany. I think his English wasn't the greatest, but usually, Marcus Babbel, Dietmar Hamann, when they came across from Germany, when Haman went to Newcastle, then came to Liverpool. His English was always very, very good. I think the English is good. Florian Wirtz, though, just quick one on him. If some of us thought Fabio Carvalho would be Ballon d'Or, but Florian Wirtz will definitely be in the conversation within 18 months of the Ballon d'Or.
I said this
Andy!
yesterday, Avi.
You know,
I said this
100%,
yesterday.
you know,
definitely.
believe it or not, I was actually gonna say, boys, I'm telling you now. But then I thought, you know what, I ain't jinxing anyone, mate. It is best to just
No.
stay quiet, don't say anything, and I'm just gonna enjoy this guy take the piss.
This,
Literally take the piss.
Gene, just say it. This is a lot safer.
No,
bet.
no, no.
I'm-
Oh, this. No,
just
no,
say
I'm
it.
not. No, I'm not gonna say it.
let us clip you. Let us clip
He will,
you.
be in the, he will be in the conversations like Salah should be in the, he'll be in the conversation like Salah will be in the conversations for Ballon d'Or.
I think, you know, the thing with him is he's a bit different.
He's
Because
different,
he
but
plays for. I'll tell you why, Avi. Avi,
he's a
I'll
game
tell you
changer.
why.
He's an absolute game changer.
No, Well, I'll tell you why Florian Wirtz and is got a slight advantage. He's one of his biggest advantages. He plays. He's in club international football here in Europe. He plays for Germany, and Salah was obviously in Egypt. It was a bit difficult. He plays for Germany, when Germany is obviously a really good football team. And if he has an unbelievable season at Liverpool and does well at a Euros or a World Cup over the next 10 years, then of course he's going to be in the running for these type of awards. But look, we just have to relax. I'll try to relax, boys. I will definitely try.
I think the great thing about Wirtz is, Asim, that he's playing for a vibrant Germany team as well under Nagelsmann, who's very risky, who's very open, who's very front-footed with the ball. And with Arne Slot, he'll have that same sort of flexibility, freedom to do what he wants around the pitch. Yes, there will be strict instructions on how his role will be implemented in this team, but it's not too similar to the way Germany will operate. Nagelsmann likes his players with freedom, so he will have the best of both worlds. Sometimes these international players go on international duty. We've seen it with Trent. The flexibility he has at Liverpool, he never gets that with England. And, he's usually been out-favoured by Reece James or Kieran Trippier or Kyle Walker, for that matter. And he can't play his natural game. But Wirtz will have the best of both worlds, you feel?
There's another thing. There's a comment. I think Ali put it up. Yeah, there is nothing more that I would want than this. Imagine this guy wins the Ballon d'Or before he does. This piece of shit that wanted to win the Ballon d'Or over us winning a Champions League, yeah. I just wish somehow in the next year or 2 or 3 years, Florian Wirtz somehow delivers us a Ballon d'Or by winning in the UCL. Kasme rolle pejan Asim, rolle pejan. I would be on cloud 9 if that happens, man. Honestly, it would be some achievement from him. But yeah, look, guys, we haven't even said this. And look, there's over 1,000 people in the chat, man. Come on, I'm gonna check how many likes we are on.
Check it.
Don't normally do this, but I'm gonna check it, boys. It's been a while. I think all 3 of us have been on as well, all at the same time. So 293, man. 293, Asim, man. Come on, 295 now. There's over 1,000 people in here. At least the least you can do is smash the like button. And those of you, if you're in here that haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely please subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 20k. We've been, especially over the last 10 days, you've seen we're trying to churn out content on a daily where you're getting at least minimum two shows a day. And we're doing our very best. And we have massive plans. And you'll see, hopefully the plans come in. We'll let you guys know, especially in the next few weeks, about what our plans are over the summer and us going forward. So let's try and push hard and again, thank you all for your support over over 2 years. We're going, Asim.
There's a super chat that we haven't got through.
Sorry, guys.
LFC Super Kai, thank you very much for your super chat, mate. Hope you are good fellas. So, Asim, what was the bomber you was trying to get out earlier? Kirkes next, Gyökeres. What do you guys reckon? Wirtz, though, we need that. Here we go. It was a bit of a tongue in cheek because Twitter was down. Yeah. I said, look, I'm bloody trying to share a bomber here, but Twitter is down. And it kept on still failing to go through. And I think I checked at my phone after about 10 minutes and it went through. And I thought, you know what, let it go. But Kai, don't take all my tweets seriously, man. But thank you very much for super chat. And at least I brought a super chat in, so it's okay.
no, don't be doing that, man. Bloody hell. I'll be bloody there giving
I'm only joking, man. I'm only joking. Admin is busy as well. Help us pay for Avi's beard trims. Subscribe, guys. Avi, that beard trim is looking good. It's a bit different.
Nah, Avi too.
Aye, go on, lad.
Nah, Avi, to be
Luke's in
fair.
the building. Thank you very much, Luke. As ever, always supporting the channel. Big up to you. Unfortunately, I'm missing the parade. Gutted not fully recovered from surgery still and have an ear infection there for number 20 next year, though. Get well soon, Luke. We're keeping you company. And thank you very much for always being around, engaging with the chat. And yeah, we're sending all our good wishes to you, mate. Get well soon. And I hope to see you at the next year parade, because Florian Wirtz has come. He's done. I was going to make this point earlier, Gene, that this guy has probably at the age of 22. I know he hasn't won the Champions League, but in terms of domestically, he cannot better that league that he had in terms of winning the league with Leverkusen, an underdog against the giants of Bayern Munich and to a lesser extent Dortmund, and win it unbeaten. So, you know, to an extent, he's conquered the league already.
Yeah.
And he's been performing Football of the Year, I think, a couple of times as well. So he made a few comments through various interviews that he likes to challenge himself in different environments. And I think there's a Johan Cruyff quotation that springs to mind, and he was talking about managers rather than players, but you can still, you know, talk about and use it for players as well. And he was asked, what manager do you think was the greatest ever? And I think he got asked, oh, what do you think of Sir Alex Ferguson? He goes, Sir Alex Ferguson is one of the best, but he didn't go challenge himself in a different changing room where he has to learn the language, learn the culture and the environment as well, and have the same impact in that changing room. And he goes, that's what you need to look at, where with those managers that go abroad and test themselves. And this is a mentality thing for me, whether it's a manager, whether it's a player as well, to go and in different environments and test yourselves. And at the age of 22, he's got the mentality himself, the family is supporting as well, that let's go conquer a different league under different conditions. And you have to give him a lot of respect and a lot of praise for that.
Asim, this transfer deal reminds me of when we got Fernando Torres over the line.
Yeah.
It was exactly like that excitement. We had got this player who was, you know, who I think he scored a hat trick in the 2006 World Cup against Ukraine, the first game. I think they won 6-0. And we never thought we could get a player of that ilk because he was wanted by everyone. You know, he was Atletico Madrid's, homegrown fan and boyhood fan of Atletico Madrid. We saw the armband, You Never Walk Alone. And we just start making the little puzzles together. And Tom Hicks and George Gillette, after the Athens final of 07, said that we're going to spend. And they did, you know, fair play to them. They spent on that summer with Babel, Benayoun. But it was Fernando Torres that really kickstarted that sort of little period of the next 2-3 years when he was when he was with us. And this is just that signing. We're getting him at 22. I think the same age when Fernando Torres left Atletico Madrid. So that excitement is very similar to the one that we were feeling back in 07.
100%. Avi, can I just address this? Because when I've just talked about, you know, to going testing yourselves abroad and stuff like that, there's a few comments that have come through. Same with thing with Trent, asking what you just said, applied that to Trent's decision as well. I think the point that we're missing with Trent is I don't have a problem with him leaving. I have a problem the way he left. I felt that he engineered the move. Like any player is going to take advantage of the situation, but I think 99.9% of the people that are upset with Trent is how he left, not why he left. I don't have a problem why he left, because yes, you can apply those things that I said in regards to Florian Wirtz to Trent as well. But I feel the silence. This is our vice captain. You tell me how many interviews that Trent did over the course of the season. Forget about, you know, asking the broadcaster not to mention anything. How many times the players and coaches gone in interviews and told them, I don't want to question about this. I'll do an interview as well. But he didn't do anything. We needed his leadership as well as, you know, his interviews as well. So it's not why he left, it's how he left.
Yeah, that Florian Wirtz has just given his football club 100+ million quid. Yeah. To make it easy for him to leave. You know, they got his blessing. They wanted to go to Liverpool. They gave him the mood ticket. There he's all happy. Uncle Dory. Look, honestly, I'm not going to lie. When obviously Trent news came out that he was definitely 100% leaving, there was a worry in my head thinking, you know what, creativity. I did think this, but little did I know that we just have to trust Arne Slot. We have to trust Arne Slot and the unbelievable job that he's done. Within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, he's absolutely, honestly, I'm not even worried about creativity anymore, Sim. That worry that I had within 2-3 weeks, Kirkes, Frimpong, bang, 3. I don't give a shit. Genuinely, right now, I don't give a shit, because the thing that I was worried about, he's an unbelievable footballer. Yes, he was. He was an unbelievable creative. He was our creative spark. I don't care. Right now, nobody gives a shit. Just please, Jar, do your thing. We move on. We're happy because we are going to tomorrow. And guys, whoever, any of you that are going to the game tomorrow, if you want to meet up or anything, I think normally I'm outside the club shop main entrance here because there's Wi-Fi there, so we'll be stood somewhere around there. So if you want to come and say hello, come and say hello. I'll be there from about 1:30 onwards. So yeah, if you want to guys come over, come over.
Ice creams and the fish and chips are on Sheen as well tomorrow, so go approach him.
Done. Done. Yeah.
So stand in a nice line, and he'll serve you. More than happy to buy you fish and chips tomorrow as well with a Diet Coke.
No, but
go on. No, I think I was going to ask you a question. Like, I know we always say this, we don't want to make it into a Trent show, but I have to ask you guys about, did you see Jurgen Klopp's speech last night, and what do you make of it?
I understood what Jurgen was saying, but Jurgen Klopp, unfortunately, as much as we love him, doesn't speak for the fan base, and the fan base has it's the majority have made their own mind up, which is totally within their rights. If they want to boo Trent Alexander-Arnold in the way he's conducted himself over the course of the year, the lack of post-match interviews that he's given, and he's been very coy about his future, then they have every right to boo him. I respect Jurgen Klopp. We love Jurgen Klopp. He was one of our own, but the club has moved on, unfortunately, and he might be disappointed with the boos that Trent faced last week or whenever the last game was. But that's where it stands. If they boo tomorrow, that's totally understandable. Trent Alexander has made his bed. And that's it. And I really don't want to waste too much energy and time on him. He's going to Real Madrid. Whatever he achieves there, that's his legacy. That's his brand. As he wants to build himself like a Beckham-esque brand out there and worldwide. That's fine. That's totally up to him. Fair play to him. But we're Liverpool Football Club. We're going on to greater things. And when I mean greater things under Arne Slot, I mean European Cups. We're going to get to 7, 8, 9 European Cups, hopefully over the next 7 years, Asim, and Premier League titles. I want to be on 22, 23, 24 Premier League titles, way ahead of Man United, way ahead of Chelsea, way ahead of Man City, way ahead of Arsenal too.
Avi, when did you become a politician?
Come on,
you've come across the pond, very diplomatic, political answers.
We have two shades, Asim.
Listen to me, Asim.
2 shades of black.
I'm going to be honest with you, Jurgen Klopp. I was disgusted by what he said. With respect to Jurgen Klopp, I'll be straight with you. Maxman pulls out a Trent shirt. Come on, boys. Yeah, I don't need read with respect. I respect Jurgen Klopp, unbelievable manager. Gave me the best days of my life in terms of footballing sense over the last 7 years. We experienced days that we will never ever forget. But to come and put a shirt of Trent Alexander, come on, man. There's a limit, bro. Don't bring it up. I get it. Look, he brought him through. He brought him to the club, Avi. He nurtured him. He was one of his main players. I get all of that, but keep it to yourself. Don't make it all about him and stuff. It's just made out like yesterday. We've got a bloody parade and everything happening. Let it be now. Why are you bringing it up? Why are you bringing it back? Forget about it. We've moved on anyway. So allow it. Now he's bought that shirt book. Now he's bought it all back up. The fans are gonna start having a go. Klopp, with respect, bro, stay in your lane. The fans have a certain way they want to feel. They've expressed their whatever they needed to express. We're not gonna go and start doing more.
Here's a question
tomorrow.
Here's a question to you, Gene. That presser on Friday, Arne Slot called Trent out. It was a
training. Yeah, question him on his training.
But do you think that was a bit of a reply to Arne Slot saying, "Look, I didn't accept that. If he was fucking around, he would be outside the team."
Arne Slot asked him in terms of did he throw him under the bus. I just don't think he gives a shit about him. I genuinely, right now, he was upset with him. Don't get me wrong. He was upset with him, with the way he's conducted himself and everything, because he's thinking, "Oh, Serena, yeah, I've just come here, won a title. Yeah, flipping, what are you playing at?"
Can we have a translation, please?
I don't even know what that means myself, but I know it's not the best of words, yeah. But you know, he's just come here. You've won a title. I've got bigger and better players like Van Dijk and Salah signing contracts, yeah. Who the hell do you think you are? Sort of thing. Okay, yeah.
I think there would be a little bit of disappointment from Arne Slot's point of view in terms of Trent hasn't been lured by his vision for him, Asim. He hasn't sort of maybe taken on board of what Arne Slot wants to do with Trent maybe in a couple of years. And it could have been, look, at the start of the season, Trent had made his mind up. Once Klopp left, I'm just going to drag this out in the best way possible for me and my family to get my move to Madrid. And no matter what Arne Slot was going to say to him or say to him in terms of his development over the next sort of 18 months, 2 years, 3 years, it just wasn't going to be relayed back to him, and he just wanted out. And I think Arne Slot, you know, he's has every right to feel a little bit disappointed that, you know, he didn't want to listen to his vision, and Trent just wants that move. And look, whatever's happened has happened. Asim, he
But
can
I think,
go.
Avi, I think it was disrespectful from Klopp. You've come for the celebration. You've had your, look, he's a living legend,
Look,
and he did everything for this club. He laid the foundations.
We know Jurgen has.
Well, you've come to celebrate. Thingy. You don't need to talk about Trent.
But
And
we,
the
but we
irony
know he
was,
has a.
let me
But
finish. Let me land. The irony, he said, I think I'm paraphrasing. He said, he goes, I thought about coming in a Trent t-shirt on game day, but I would have made a headline. But the second point? The irony is you made the headline anyway by just bringing his
By
shirt.
saying it.
Exactly.
By even
And
saying I'm going to wear that
thing-
shirt, Asim.
And the second thing is, he said, if you're going to be angry, why are you going to be? Because he said, like, I've heard things about he's gone on a free and stuff like that. He should have got us, a transfer fee. And he goes, if the owners are not angry about it, why are you fans angry about it? Like, what does that mean? Don't the fans have a right to be angry about him going in a free? Because this is our guy, is part of the whole package, isn't it? Homegrown, unbelievable talent. It helps if you're really good and one of our best players, which makes it worse. And he's arguably, at that moment of time when he left, he was our most prized asset in terms of a transfer value. So why don't the fans have a right to be angry about him going on the free? So what? I don't give a shit if the owners are not angry. You're telling me deep down the owners are not angry that he left for free and he ran down his contract. That's complete bullshit.
Asim, Jurgen Klopp has a voice, and when he told us to back Arne Slot, you guys were sat in the stadium. You guys were giving him the send off and whatnot. You guys sang the Arne Slot song as well. So Jurgen Klopp will always feel that he's got a voice within Liverpool, just like Shankly, just like Bob Paisley, just like Joe Fagan, just like many men before him, Rafa Benitez, maybe not Rafa so much, but Jurgen certainly, Kenny Dalglish. They always feel that they've got a voice, and we respect their voices. And everyone can feel aggrieved and disappointed in what Klopp was saying yesterday as well. I totally understand it too. But these very familiar territory with Klopp, because it happened to him at Dortmund with Mario Götze. It happened to him with Lewandowski as well when they went to Bayern Munich on a free. So this is nothing new for Jurgen Klopp. He just felt maybe he could be the one that could ease the sort of booing and whatnot. But look, the fans are entitled to do what they want. My love for Jurgen Klopp has certainly not been dampened through his words yesterday. He just had a voice. He wanted to get it off his chest. That's totally fine, and we have to respect that.
Of course. But I think
doesn't mean we agree with it, and we don't agree with it. The three of us, we don't agree with it. I'm not one to boo Trent. He's gone. Wish him well. That's it. But he's going to regret this decision. There is no doubt in my mind. Trent Alexander-Arnold will be looking back on two things: to be a regular captain at this football club, and the what ifs, because this club, it's going into a new territory, and we're winning big things. We're winning the majors year in, year out with Arne Slot.
Quickly before we go on to Super Chat, Gene, should he play tomorrow? Yes or no?
Fuck no.
Taking the piss. I don't want to see him anywhere near the pitch. Near the pitch tomorrow.
Okay.
He is not even allowed to walk onto that pitch. Maybe
Trent Alexander-Arnold will not be at the parade on Monday.
Oh, shut up. He received his
normally we give that the frame out and all of that. He's already received that. Avi's right.
Avi, should he get 20 minutes tomorrow?
Fuck no.
Okay.
You're not part of the
20
future
minutes.
anymore.
Are you taking the piss?
You are not
I'm
part of
asking
the
the
future
question.
anymore. You are not part of the future anymore of this football club. You should not be anywhere near the starting 11. You should nowhere be near the substitutions. You should nowhere be near the ground, if I'm being honest.
Look, he's a great
And that
player. And he
goes for
did.
those rats as well. Marcel and Tyre, that goes for them too. His brothers.
Anjay. Okay, let's go to the super chat, Sheen. Mo Mohammed, thank you very much. He's our internal aggregator, but Mo. He puts
That's a
all
top
the
guy.
journals. Big up, man. It's not easy. Thank you very much, Mo. And no one's asked him to do this, but we appreciate it, brother. Big up for your super chat. Asim, thoughts on Pletty saying players swap in deal. Did he say player or players? Someone told me about it, but I didn't read it myself. They were interested in Tyler Morton. One day last season, Xabi Alonso liked him. Harvey Elliott, do they see Harvey Elliott as a player that come and fill the boots of Florian Wirtz? Big shoes to fill. Kelleher is a keeper that is going to leave Liverpool. I don't know exactly, Avi, you probably know better how old their keeper is. I've just got told that he's an aging.
I think the keeper's fine. I don't think the keeper's an issue. I think Harvey
No,
Elliott would.
someone told me he's old. That's what I got told, but I don't know. I didn't bother checking.
Yeah, they lost Tar, they lost Frimpong, they lost Wirtz, the keeper's aging. They practically need, six players. So there might be a chance where
they need a reset.
The keeper left. They need a reset. And Avi, if there's one team right now that I've got a lot of players that might be on the market, it's us that have got some value. And that team is also I can genuinely see them maybe going for one, and we'll be happy to let one or two go if it means obviously bringing the fee down. Quansah's Tar replacement. Somebody goes Quansah as a Tar replacement. Muju.
That is a good
shout,
shout.
man. Good shout. Good shout.
Yeah, but we've got to look at the English homegrown. We can't be losing too many.
I think we'll be all right.
I have to take this call, by the way. You look, Harkon.
Okay. Ali super chat. Thank you very much. Avi, my guy, 5 players coming.
What was that?
Could you hear the echo?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Gene, put yourself on mute, man.
Man. Bandar.
It's not me. Is it you? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's
you. It's you. It's you. You're a bandar. Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah, it's Avi. Ali says it's Avi. It's definitely you. It's definitely you. It's your connection again. Right here. Breaking news. Everton are considering a summer move for Liverpool Scotland bigger Ben Doak as David Moyes' rebuilding plans take shape. Chris Bascom. If we deal with him, Gene, in regards to with Ben Doak, are we not breaking the ice for a centre back that they've got that we might be interested in?
100. I think we are. If that deal takes place, then I can see definitely Liverpool going for Branthwaite. 100%. I think Branthwaite would want to come to Liverpool. The only issue is obviously it's Everton and how he manoeuvres his way out. He was linked to United about a couple of years ago for around 65 million. Obviously that move didn't materialize, and obviously he's played now a couple of years. I really like Branthwaite. I think he's got there's a decent ceiling in there, and if there is the possibility of getting it done, I like him. I actually really like Branthwaite. What are your thoughts on Branthwaite, Asim?
To be honest with you, Gene, I'm not seeing him enough. I've seen him in games against us and this and that, but look, he's a physical defender. He's not slow, strong, decent on the ball. He's got a ping on him. But I'm not going to lie. I don't want to make a call on him. He's definitely got the height. Aerial duels will be decent as well every time he plays with us. But I like to see him in a team where is a bit more progressive, and maybe David Moyes now has settled there, consolidated the league position, and maybe goes on to start playing a bit more football and a bit more expansively. So let's see. But there's not many left-sided centre backs around. that've got all those traits: physicality, quick, strong, especially when you play football on the front foot. So he's definitely, and Liverpool like a deal, Gene, where we
Oh,
can
I didn't
pick
know
up.
he's 21.
Wow.
I've just seen obviously Erling Hakuku put up. He's 21. He's got a really, really bright future. I would, if we can do the deal, I'd definitely do it. I would definitely do it, Asim.
He's got 2 years left, hasn't he?
Yes, so they have to sort of make a decision. And if
In
not now,
I can't
I'm
see.
not sold him. I'm not even sold on him though. When the last summer I watched him, I thought he was decent. This season, I've seen him in a couple of games. I wasn't fully thinking. I'm more Branthwaite, man. I think if we tell him to wait a year, Van Dijk will have played another year, Asim. Then next summer, maybe next summer, you can really go hard on Branthwaite. He'll have 1 year left on his contract. They're gonna have to sort of try to deal, and the deal makes sense. The actual deal for the left-sided centre back makes sense next season. But we need to start doing some sort of groundwork on him now, though, to make that sort of happen. But I would love him to come in.
I was impressed with Hincapié when he played against us at Anfield, Gene.
Oh yeah, that game he didn't do that bad.
Actually, I thought he looked. I thought he looked good. But they were playing that system where, they left the wing back go on and then he was covering. I'm not so sure. He's probably the guys who watch German football will tell me, has he started in a 4 at left-sided centre back? I want to know.
That's what Malak is saying. Can't play as centre back in a 4, so that's a fair point. Isak not as even Esan. Isak not as a centre back in a back 4. This.
Yeah, that's my
this sort of thing. All right, Luke goes. Branthwaite will be 23 end of June. Okay, so I thought we got it a bit wrong that his age, but fair play still. He's at the right age, and in a year's time, will be 24 at the right time.
Wiki goes. He's played in a left back. He's played at left back in a 4. I just don't like that. Although he's very, very cultured, that's what I'd call him, a very cultured left back, comfortable. But I think when 7 out of 10 times you need a bit more going forward. I think you need more of a Kirkes. Maybe on the big day away from home, you can play him there. He reminds me of the profile of someone like Calafiori, where not good enough going forward when you're breaking down a bus, and only you get used when you've got big away games, and I think that's one of the reasons why Lewis Kelly has really made that position his own, where he's just a lot better footballer. Internet is down in the Avi household, but he keeps appearing on backstage. Let me know when to add you.
Guess where he goes? Get me in, Bomber.
Oh,
get me in,
wow,
Bomber.
wow. Wait on people. Wait on people.
Here he comes. Get him on.
Here we go. Have you got internet connection first? Can we hear you?
I've got internet connection, but I don't know every time I put the camera on. It's probably a good thing. No one wants to see my ugly mug. It keeps disrupting my internet. I don't know what's wrong. Fucking all this Virgin Media bakwas. Pata nahi kya ho gaya hai. Listen, I have got a bomber though for us all.
Go on, here we go.
I know there'll be many in the chat laughing and saying Klaus Clown is back at it again. But I can confirm to you guys, in the last 2 to 3 weeks, we have
Wait. Stop there. Gene, how many likes are we on?
You gave my phone out again, man.
Keep it there, Avi. Just keep it there. Please. Don't go anywhere.
405.
405. There's nearly 1,000 people in the building, man. Come on. We're gonna
Avi, before we give the ball, let's get to 450 at least, yeah? Let's at least get to 450, yeah? But Avi, before we go on, there's a question. What the flip? What's that photo you've got on your thingy, yaar?
You know what? He reminds me of, although he's doing a different exercise, in the 90s, I think there was like 100 meters runner. I don't know his name. I know the face in my head. He looks like that, but obviously he's not.
Daley Thompson.
Daley Thompson, that's it. Yeah.
No, I used to do gymnastics as a kid, Tine. That's a gymnastics.
You did gymnastics. Have you seen the state of you?
Oh, yeah, Kasam says I used to do the rings.
How did your head go through the ring?
Not the head, the legs used to go up and down, up and down.
Yeah, I don't
Listen,
believe
guys,
any
I
of
have
that.
a bomber. Can I reveal the bomber or not?
No. We have to get those likes up. Wait on.
Yeah,
Daily
get up to
Thompson.
2 foot. Get up to
I think it is. I think
450,
it was
man.
Daily Thompson. I think it was.
434. So we've done well so far. Another 16 to go. Yeah, another
And
16 people who
get
have
the
not
sub account. I
subscribed
can
or
guarantee
liked.
you.
Press
Dean,
the. Yeah.
I can guarantee you, just like Ricky says, get the sub count up to. There's nearly 1,000 people here. I can guarantee you, at least 200-300 people watching right now have not subscribed, and that's not me chatting. That's the all the analysis that we get from
Yeah,
YouTube.
come on, man. That I didn't know that, Asim. Come on, they
That's a
have to
disgrace.
press the
That's a
subscribe
disgrace.
button, man. Nah, come on, man. Yeah, look at the amount of
You go back
the effort
office
that we put in.
tomorrow. I
Right.
read the numbers. You go back office tomorrow, and you will see about 70 people who watch this live did not subscribe or are not subscribers to be announced.
70 people or 70%?
70%, sorry.
Nah,
I'm
come on,
telling
man,
you
guys.
right now.
If you haven't subscribed, come on, let's press the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and let's get it up to 4. Wait, is it on 450? Avi, you need subscribe
Oh,
now. Okay.
the internet's gone. The internet's gone.
Yeah, they got.
I'm here.
We're on 450.
Right,
We're on 450.
455. Okay, TK, respect. They've done that. Now press the subscribe button for those of you who haven't. Avi, the floor is yours.
So not much of a bomber, but it's still a bomber. We've
Alright,
been
fine.
talking. We've been talking in the last sort of 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. We've had dialogue with Barcelona, but
Ooh.
it's not for Luis Diaz. It's Liverpool wanting a player of Barcelona. Now, I did say probably 2 months ago or a month and a half ago that I felt that we would go for Gavi if that became an option. We do know Gavi's part of this revamp and he is available for a transfer. But from what I'm told from from this talk in the last 2 weeks or the dialogue, I'm told that Gavi's not the subject of he's not the subject matter. So it's not Gavi. So I don't know who else it would be. But I've been told it's not Gavi.
Fermin Lopez or Avi?
I'm not sure. It could be Hector Fort. It could be Fermin Lopez. It could be Rafinha. It could be Lamine Yamal.
No,
We
no,
could
no, it's
sign
not
a
any of them.
contract. But I'm
It's
not.
not
But I'm
Lamine
not.
Yamal or thingy.
I'm not trying to kid anyone. But I've been told that there's been dialogue from our side of obtaining a player from Barcelona. And it's not to do with Luis Diaz. And Gavi was not the subject matter either.
So
There
who
you
is it
go.
then?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Before you carry on, the Don is in the building. Hussam, check your WhatsApp, please. Thank you. So who is it then?
Wow.
I'm not sure. I didn't get a player's name.
So basically, you thought you'd be clever and linked us to Barcelona, a player from Barcelona, and thought, you know what, I'll leave the
I
floor
will
open.
try to get the name through my
I need a
source
name,
today.
man.
I will try to get the name.
Bomba, yara. I need a bomba with the name.
I have a
I've
feeling.
even it's a name.
I have a feeling it could be Hector Fort. No, I don't know anything of away from that.
क्या करना?
पता ही नहीं आप.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know him. Never heard of him.
Guys, for everyone in the chat, who's Hector Fort? What position does he play?
Yeah, there's a lot of Barca fans in the chat. But I honestly, if there was a player, I think that's available from there is Araujo, and I think we should go in for him.
No, what does
Is he not
Hector Fort
injury
do?
prone, Avi? Chin. I
Yeah,
like
he's a
him
little
though.
bit,
I
to
like
be
the
fair.
profile.
Right back. Oh yeah, we ain't signing this guy right back to this. Hector Fort, if he's a right back,
I
I'll be your
said
top chatting out your ass.
my guess would be Hector Fort. It could.
Is
I hope.
this Ben? Is this Ben in the house?
Maybe.
I'm not sure. He's got me unblocked, Bochak.
Oh, we'll get you unblocked. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't
no,
worry.
it's okay. It's okay. I think I disrespected him. It's all good.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, you need to
We'll get you
apologize
unblocked.
then. Yeah,
We'll
changa
get you
bande.
Why should I apologize? I didn't do anything wrong.
He says,
Nah, he
I
is
was
ass
physical.
Gene. Yeah, because I told him, I think, but yeah, come on. He's Hector, but then what's his name? Hector Bell. What's his called? Fort. He's a right back, man. Right back.
Hector Bell, I'm sure he was a character in that Better Call Saul, wasn't he? No.
Pata hi nahi yaar. Look, I'm just telling you guys what I've heard. That's it.
Oh, it is big up. Big
And
up
it could
to
be,
Ben. Big up.
it could be a load of cobblers as well, guys. It could be a load of cobblers as well.
I think it is a lot of cobblers, if I'm honest. If it's that guy, yeah, come on.
The bomb.
Give me a better name than that, man. Give me a bet. Next time, Avi, come back with a proper bomber that's gonna get me off my seat, man.
Avi, and I know you're gonna go mad. I didn't catch the bomber. I was busy messaging Hussam.
There's no bomber. The bomber is we are linked to a player from Barcelona, but we want a player from Barcelona, but we don't know the name of the player.
What? So we're talking to someone.
We're talking to Barcelona about a player of theirs, but we
Right.
don't know the name of the player. I mean, Avi doesn't know the name of the player. That's
So
what
when
he's
you
trying
got
to say.
told this, Avi, wasn't your first question to your source, ketchup or
The
mayonnaise?
source said there's only been dialogue from our side. It's not regarding Diaz, and he doesn't believe we've been discussing Gavi. It's another player. His guess would be Hector Fort, but he said that's no guarantee.
You know, I
That's
think
why I
it
put
is.
it out here. I tell you another thing as well. That I
This
told you
is the
boys before.
player.
The Valencia centre back, Yarek, what's his name? Yarek Garosowski. Watch out for him this summer. I think
like
there'll be
Liverpool.
movement on him. He's definitely been scouted by us. Because Hoyston's gone, this player has been scouted by us as well. Valencia centre back.
But we're getting Kirkes, aren't we? Why Kirkes and Robbo this year? No.
Oh, yeah, he's centre back, man. Yarek Garosowski.
Oh, I thought you said left back. Sorry.
No.
Okay. I think you tweeted about him, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
If there's Asim, if you just put obviously the comments are speaking about a player that Arne Slot loves and goes by the name of Frankie de Jong.
Pulido.
Would you take him, Avi?
No. He's what, 26, 27? I wouldn't take him on the wages that he's on.
What's he on?
I don't want Dutch
Honestly.
FC. I do not want Dutch FC. I really do not want Dutch FC.
And just because of that, you don't say you don't say
No,
yes.
I just think Frankie de Jong, he's been in and out of this Barcelona team. He's not been a regular. He's been injured. He's on 350
He
a
has been
week.
this season.
500
on three. He's been
500 grand a week.
Pulido.
All right, you forget.
Bakwas
Frankie
band
de
karo
Jong.
yaar. Bakwas band karo.
Chalo. Is that the wrap?
And
I think we're
another
finished.
bomber is a bomber, personal bomber for me on this channel is this will be my last show, sadly, until I fly back to England next Thursday. I've got to sort this internet shit out, man, at home, man. Let me sort this internet out before I leave. But I don't think I'll be able to do any shows until I get back home on Thursday.
Yes,
You
may
can
I
get
be,
back on
man.
Thursday, really?
I'm flying back on Thursday already.
Wow.
After my visit to the foundation, Asim. Thank you very much.
No. I'm disappointed. You
Oh, yeah,
promised
come
me
on.
twice. That
I
you're
will
gonna
come to Abu Zara. I will come to Abu Zara. I promise you. I won't do that. I won't do that.
I think that's the wrap, Asim. You know, I think we're done. I think that's the wrap.
Okay. Afterwards, after Kirkis, after Frimpong, a question to you both:
Yeah.
Who would be the fourth? And don't say Mamadishvili, please.
I
Who would
think
be
this has been a very good tactic and a deliberate tactic.
I will
From-
put yourself on mute.
I think this has been the reason we've been talking about this new window, short window opening up. We want to get deals over the line really quickly. Kirkes, Frimpong, and what's his name? How could I forget? Florian Wirtz. But I think, Gene, the reason why the deliberate tactic, I think Liverpool have got Wirtz boxed off is, I think, and the number 9 is, if we are going to go for another number 9, I think this still keeps the value of someone like Darwin Núñez. Let's say if we are going to get a number 9 and we brought him in right now, what does that do to the buying clubs and the value of Darwin Núñez? It straight away goes down 10-15 million.
Agreed. I think we're going to agree a deal for that. Now we can sell Darwin Núñez without buying a 9.
100%. And I think this is a deliberate tactic from Liverpool. And I know that for a fact, by the way. So, big up how we're doing our business. It's shrewd, it's planned, and it all makes sense.
Asim,
Yeah,
fourth player to walk in.
it's good to have
Fourth player.
Edwards. Oh, sorry, go on. Fourth player, you were saying.
Fourth player to walk in, Asim. Who's the fourth one?
Oh, come on.
Come on. And don't give me some fucking diplomatic answer.
I'm trying to think of one.
Can I give one?
Okay.
Go on.
Okay.
If you nick my player, you're dead.
I've got a feeling next week we'll hear talks ramping up between Liverpool and Crystal Palace.
Oh,
for
fuck
Adam
off.
Wharton. Adam Wharton.
You know that's my player. You know I'm gonna say that. So why do you say it? You know that's my player. You know I've been saying Wharton. You know that. He just, you know what, Asim? He's just trying to take that gloss off me. Yeah, anything to get one over me. So he thought, you know what? I'll try and get Wharton in there. He knew exactly. Yeah, he's asking the question, but he answers it. Can you believe it, Asim?
You know, behind that screen. There you go. There you go. I was just about to say it.
This guy, man.
Okay, look, I've said Wharton. Keen, who do you say?
Fuck off. Don't get. Yeah, my kids are gonna be watching this
come on,
tomorrow,
I'd go
man.
Shukul Mukul to end the show. Who would be the fourth one in? But you can't say Wharton now.
See, that's my. I was all in Adam Wharton.
No, but
I'm
you
all
can't.
in.
You can't say Wharton. I've said Wharton now, isn't it?
Okay. After tomorrow, if that doesn't happen, the Champions League for Newcastle, Alexander Isak.
Toba.
Anjay.
Asim?
I think Gomez or Kwanzaa leave, and we might look at that gay deal. So it's Palace again, but I think we might do that deal. A utility player, left back, right back, left centre back, right centre back. I think we might look at that. What's he been quoted at? Around about 35 million pounds?
He's got 1 year left in his contract, isn't it? It'll be around 40 million.
One more year after this, yeah.
We might look at that deal. I'm not convinced about it, but how can we go get unbelievable? The thing is, they will always look for that Huijsen deal, that Brathwaite deal, but whether they can find that centre back, they've lost out on Euro, they lost out on Huijsen. They do want a centre back. They do want him, but they do want a centre back badly. But we might just have to get another utility player because Kwanzaa or Gomez left. Let's see.
Right, Asim, that's the wrap. 900 views still in here. Thank you very much. Make sure, boys, everybody, please like and subscribe to the channel. I think we will tomorrow. Me and Asim will be doing a separate sort of reaction, all that type of stuff from the ground. There'll be a lot of content from the ground, obviously, on our socials and stuff. And I don't think we'll be able to do a show tomorrow night. Well, I can't anyway. It's my birthday on Monday, Asim. On the day of the parade, mate. I'm turning 31.
48.
So, yeah, man.
31, my ass.
You should have said.
You should wear black mode. You should wear black mode.
He looks younger today, but
Custom Gina looks very suave today in black today.
Yeah,
very smart. He's got a DK. He's got a Donna Karen New York t-shirt on. He's got a Prada topi on.
Donna Karen, you taking the piss?
Yeah, it's DKNY, no? It's DKNY, no?
Is it fuck?
Oh, it's DNG, Dolce & Gabbana. Brilliant.
Go, Junior here.
Chalo, theek hai.
All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are out, over and out. Like and subscribe, and we will hopefully see you tomorrow.
Bomber.